All right, guys, it's the last video of my series. I'm actually gonna make it a playlist, so if you are here because you found this video, there's like 2 other videos for you to watch about moving to LA. Hi, my name is Candy. I recently moved to LA like 2 months ago, so I'm just now settling in ish and able to discuss my move. When I originally moved to LA, I had so many questions on TikTok, and I had questions because if you go on my TikTok at the bottom, I want to say like a year and a half before I moved to LA, I made a TikTok that was like how to move to LA. And I know people are like, bitch, you're still in Sacramento. How are you even making videos like this? I was traveling back and forth for a long while. And then I finally moved and I had to move very quickly. LA, I want to say it's like not cheap, but if you're strategic enough, you could do whatever you want. So I ended up commenting on TikTok because someone was like, man, I want to move to LA, but it cost me like $10,000. And I literally laughed for my gut because I moved here with $1,300. So I decided to make this series because I feel like people are dramatizing how to move to LA on literally every platform. And yeah, so here we go. In this video, we're going to talk about the real cost to move to LA. I think that when people move here, I don't even understand how it's expensive to them. But I'm going to break down what I did so that it wasn't expensive for me. So when I was looking for a place here, I found a realtor. My realtor was $300. If I did all the text and stuff for my videos, I put like $300 right there. But I just don't feel like editing. Like editing, this was enough. Editing, putting the videos I make together, that is about as much as I want to edit till I pay for an editor. And I feel like this is like the 3rd video I've said that in. So don't expect much from me. But expect knowledge and some real shit. But don't expect all that editing stuff. I have a couple videos where I did it. But anyways, first thing I did was get a realtor. He was $300. His job was to send me listings within my budget every day. Every day I would get between 10 and max 20 listings. And those listings would include the areas that I wanted to live in and the price that I want to pay for my space. If there's anything you should pay for, it's a realtor. A realtor is like your middleman. So if you're moving from like out of town, no one here, use a realtor because realtor is like, it's like street cred. That's your credibility. They already know the owners they're talking to or the property managers that they're talking to. They've likely sent people there to said properties, so they get a kickback anytime they send someone to properties, things like that. So it's always best to work with a realtor. My realtor is from LA, so I found that to be incredibly helpful because he knew the ins, outs, pockets, who knew areas that you cannot find online. That was the biggest thing for me with moving. What you see online is probably the worst in terms of options. I have no idea how algorithms work or why they work this way, but moving here was a pain. Looking for stuff online, was a pain because literally everywhere that they promote to you, they're either really awful or they're really expensive. There's really no like in between. LA is one of those places like once you come here, you will see a building with no name, with just like for rent or for lease with a number. So I always suggest coming here. Like when I would visit, if I saw a building with an address, a number, I would send it to my realtor and see if he could find all the information that was needed to apply. So if I could suggest anything, it's get a realtor. That was $300. If you don't want to get a realtor, I feel like things can be done because you're really calling landlords, but for the sake of ease, for me, he was just sending me stuff. But if you don't want to be sent stuff, I would propose spending weekends. Like, come out here and look for spaces so that you're not just moving into anything. People have horror stories because they move into anything. Like, where I live, people that want roommates, they will literally just, like, put, like, a poster on, like, a pole, like, hey, I need a roommate. And I'm like, I mean, you could find a roommate that way. I personally wouldn't do that because I feel like LA low-key has some of the most dangerous, like you got some of the most mentally ill people in the world here. So I would not reply to anything like that. But you can find a place like that, and I'm pretty sure it's reasonable. It just depends on how desperate you are. Next, so that's finding a spot. Hold on. Finding a spot. I wrote down everything. Now, the next thing is when you're looking for a place, I wish I was still logged in. So because I found a place, he stopped sending me stuff. But let me see if I can pull it up in my email. When he was sending me stuff, within certain communities and my budget. The cost of living in LA is dependent on the community that you're willing to live in. So that question will never be answered because it's dependent on your budget. What is your budget for living? So for me, I wasn't spending anything more than $2,300. I think it's important to have a budget because there are so many people, YouTubers, who get on here and they're like, I got a high rise. And then after having the high rise, they're like, oh my God, it was the worst experience ever. There was homeless people everywhere. Like they'll do the content, and they won't tell you how much they hated it until after they move. And the reason why they hate these high rises is because they're in downtown LA. Downtown LA is very, very close to homeless. So if you want something reasonable, downtown LA is pretty decent. Arts District is hella expensive. Koreatown is decent. Mid-City's decent. Inglewood's decent. Crenshaw's decent. Like Leimert Park area is decent. Like there are reasonably priced places that you can live. So I just named a whole bunch of places. Write them down. And when you visit LA, visit those places. Not Beverly Hills, not Hollywood. You might be able to find something in West Hollywood, but West Hollywood's kind of expensive too. So you can really find anything anywhere. I've seen a $600 apartment in Santa Monica, but you have to know where you want to live in the environment you want to live in. So if you're going to pay that $600 in Santa Monica, I can assure you there's no parking. So you're either going to get towed often or you're going to have to pay an additional $200 additional parking, and it's like crazy. I'm from Sacramento. Parking comes with literally every apartment I've ever had ever. In LA, that is not the case. In addition to that, you can find reasonably priced places, but know that you're missing something. So for me, I ended up getting a $2,100 apartment, but my budget was $2,300 because I knew that I wanted either a washer and dryer or a dishwasher. So for this place, I got a washer and dryer, which I'm okay with. I've had like maybe one apartment or two apartments where I've had a dishwasher. Yeah, I've always hand washed dishes. So I kind of was like, whatever about that. But those are things you need to think of. My last apartment downtown Sacramento, no washer and dryer. Had to go to the coin place. Hated it. It's just extra money and extra time. So you need to think about those things when you're looking for a place. And you need to think about, okay, what am I willing to spend on these things? In LA, there's coin places everywhere. Do you want to go to them? You want to pay and pack up your stuff. Come from the millionth floor. Now, I am not against it being a start. So I think everybody that moves here wants to like immediately go to the high rise. I told myself I want to be in a high rise or a house in 3 years. I think that's realistic. So while I'm here, though, I think it's important to figure out what do I want that's within my means. And if you don't know how to figure out what's within your means, go to my last video. I talk a lot about living within your means when you first live here. Do not spend extra money on shit that you don't have to. Move to these smaller communities. Literally, you can have tacos for dinner for $5, $2.50 a taco. So make sure that when you are choosing your place to live, you are living someplace that is convenient for your finances and convenient for literally everything. Like you don't want to move someplace that's not convenient. It's not convenient to be in rich areas. So unless you are rich. So if you are rich, I guess I could talk to y'all too, and you want to move to LA, I feel like the same thing applies. Like, just know the area that you want to live in. Know what you want to get out of that area. Like, why are you paying $5,000 rent? I know people that pay $5,000 rent because they want to be in a penthouse. Great. But when they go downstairs to Skid Row, I know people that live in a penthouse because they want to live on top of a grocery store. They like that type of convenience. Like, really figure out to the T why you're moving someplace so that you can enjoy it and you have a direct goal. And it's easy to kind of just like get the bullshit out the way to reach that goal. Now, how much it really costs. Transportation. So next is transportation. I won't make this video too long. Okay. Next is transportation. So transportation in LA. Sorry. Take out my gun. So transportation in LA is like, I think it's good. I feel like a lot of people are just bougie. Like where I live, there's people with foreign cars all the time, but I don't live in like a richer area. It's like, it's cool. Normal middle class. So when it comes to transportation, it's dependent on like, do you really care about being perceived? So someone like me, I don't. I will always tell people that I think I matured very quickly, and things like cars don't, like if I saw someone with a certain car but their life was shit, I would be like, ooh, what are you going through? Like, so I don't judge people off of, but LA is like that. They all care about perception. So you may very well find like a cheap ass apartment, somebody in a Ferrari. So transportation is really dependent on how you feel about transportation. Do you need to have a Tesla? Do you need to have a car? I have already talked to someone who was like, yeah, when I first moved out here, I had to use transportation. Now I despise it. I hate it. And rightfully so. I just am one of those people that it's just whatever to me. Like, even when we get it, I like money. So cars are so expensive. And when you've been paying for car after car after car, I got my first car at 18, I'm 30 something. And then I got with a man who also had car issues. I have a story time about his parents buying us a fucked up car that gave me PTSD. So like, I just have never really been like, after the last like 5 years, I haven't been like, I need to drive because it's just so costly. And then like after not driving for so long and living downtown, you kind of just get used to, because I live in downtown Sac, you just kind of get used to not driving, walking everywhere where it's convenient. Like where I live now is even more convenient. Like we really don't need a car, because LA, when you choose your town that you live in, they pretty much make it to where everything you need is within that town. And everything within that town has a bus, has a light, has a metro. Like it's just very convenient. And then it's cheap. So back home, if you wanted a one-way ride on a bus in Sacramento, it's $250. If you are out here and you want like a day pass, I think it's like $250. It's like very, very cheap out here to travel and move around. And then they're not as strict here. Like, I don't know if I'm getting in trouble for saying this, but I mean, who gonna check me, boo? But like, what if they wanted to sponsor me and they're like, hey, we saw that video. But they're very good with courtesy rides. So when I first moved here, I wasn't enrolled in school yet, and schools were paid for my bus. Like, be smart. My transportation's been free too because I'm enrolled in school. So I don't even pay for transportation. You literally have to be smart. If you're under a certain threshold, income-wise, utilize programs. Like if you go, I'm in school, so I get my transportation that way. If I wasn't in school, I would just go through this program they have where they give you a free card like the same day and you get free rides. You literally get like 30, 60, like 90 days of free rides. And then after that, they give you like 20 rides a month so long as you're under a certain income threshold. LA is like, they have a lot of programs where like, if you're under this threshold, they will help you. Utilize them. I don't know why people don't utilize those. They're food banks here. We live down the street from like a grocery store that does food banks, but the produce is so fucking good. Why wouldn't I go? So I feel like if you could get out your ass in your head in LA, you can live just fine. Like I eat peppers, onions, potatoes, beans. Like those are all things that I eat regularly. I feed my family regularly. So yes, I will go to a food bank who will give me free shit if I have an EBT card or if I receive Medi-Cal, because I'm under a certain threshold. So I feel like when it comes to things like that, utilize them. Like fuck everybody. I don't even see the shame behind it, but I also have always lived on some type of assistance. So I'm just spreading the wealth. Like if you've paid, and then I've paid taxes my whole life too. So I have paid into these benefits. So yeah, I'm using the fuck out of them, especially in LA because they have so many resources here. So that's transportation. I don't think you need to move the car now. If you got hella fucking kids, maybe, but I have two and they love the bus. Like the kids love the bus. Like my kids we've been here about 2 months and they know where they're at. They know, like it's a skill being developed to them taking the bus too. And we just learn about LA a lot more because we take the streets. I fucking hate the freeway. The LA freeway sucks. And 9 times out of 10, the bus and the freeway might take the same amount of time. If there's no traffic, it's exactly half the time. So if there's no traffic, I'll Uber. It's quite literally better for me to Uber or take a Waymo here because even once you get to where you have to go after the traffic, you have to find parking. And I get triggered and like easily annoyed. That type of shit would piss me off before I even get to my destination. So I sat in traffic to get to the destination. And then I'm looking for parking for said destination. That shit sends me to the upper room. So I don't even, transportation to me is fine. I'll Uber, I'll Waymo, or I'll plan. Again, our life right now doesn't really require us. Like it would cost us. It would cost me if I got a car to park at school. It would cost us to park at work. It would cost us, like I worked at Erewhon and they had a place to park for their customers, but they didn't have a place to park for their employees. So you had to literally leave to get to work early to find a place. Like, cut the bullshit. I'll take the bus. And I'll read my Kindle while I'm on the bus or something. I think that's what people don't like. They don't like patience. I will get on that bus, open my laptop and do homework. I will get on the bus, listen to an audiobook. I will get on the bus and read a book. I will watch a show. I have changed the bus from the bus to like, it's just time to myself, you know? So transportation here is like, it's always something going on. I've gotten into hell arguments on the bus. But I'm a confrontational person when someone's fucking stupid. So I don't mind it. And there's a lot of fucking stupid people on the bus. So if you walk into this knowing that you are around some of the stupidest people sometimes, you're fine. But then it's not raggedy. Like, you're around a lot of like working people. A lot of working people take the bus and metro. It's very normalized. It's very smart if you want to save money. What else? Let's see. So when you move here, you have to, this is where my landlord and his property company dropped the ball. They go through SoCal Gas. SoCal Gas is your gas. If you are looking to move, make sure you set that up before you get here. My landlord didn't, so we had to wait a week before we got hot water. So we had to get a gym membership. Luckily we live close to a gym. So we had to get a gym membership so that we could shower and do a whole bunch of shit. So make sure if you're moving, you have SoCal Gas. That is who does your gas. Make sure you know what it is that your apartment or landlord is covering, and make sure you get everything in text or on paper. So for me, my landlord has a property management that's god-awful and racist, but my landlord's literally like an Indian guy. I don't think he knows that his property management is racist, but I feel like LA's kind of like that, where these people are predatory, and so they'll find people that are old, like my landlord, to try to, you know, and they did. So my experience with them was so bad, but I was putting everything through text, and I will sue you. So a lot of stuff that they were doing was unprofessional, not contracted, and so anytime I would say, like, I'm suing you or I'll sue you, then things got right. I don't even know if I'm still do it. Like, for example, the gas thing, I sent them money. We fully moved from Sac to here, and the property management just like forgot to tell me to sign up for gas, so we didn't have gas. So I made them give me half a month rent for free. Like, I don't play those type of stupid games, you know, because it was a preventable thing. Same with the internet. Like, I would have did all this stuff ahead of time had I known. The internet, I tried to switch from AT&T out here. AT&T doesn't work in my area, so that's the only thing that I couldn't really do. But like internet, what else? Electricity. So my landlord was paying for the electricity prior to me moving here because he owns a fucking property, but he never switched it to my name. So like the day before it was due to be shut off, he texts me and is like, hey, like, you have to pay this balance. I'm like, I'm not paying shit. You have to pay that balance. And I just ended up calling the electric company, and they're like, well, yeah, we're going to close it out. It's in his name, so he could deal with that, and we'll start you a new account. So it's little shit like that I'm like, you just have to kind of be aware of the people that you're dealing with and keep a fucking paper trail. These landlords are not your friend. They just want money. So keep a paper trail. My landlord just likes me because I'm a likable person, but his management, me and the management go back and forth. Oh yeah, I got a program to help me with and if you don't know about that, go to my last video, and if you want more on that, comment so that I know to make a video on it. When I was moving back and forth, I fucking hate spending unnecessary money. So when I was dealing with a whole bunch of apartments, I ended up finding a place that would pay my deposit and first month's move-in, okay? Tell me why, before even moving here, I got a check sent to my apartment's management. He lost a check, and I didn't even know for like 2 months. Until my landlord was like, hey, he lost a check. Like, it's been a lot. So I keep a paper trail because sometimes, like, he lost a check, but he could have very well got the check, kept it for himself. I don't play those type of things, but I do keep text messages, and I do keep emails, and the check was resent, and I communicate with everybody and all that stuff, and it was resent to my landlord, like, not his management company. So I feel like in LA, people try to do sly ass shit, and you have to be able to be like, excuse me, this is what happened on this day, this is what happened, because Sac wasn't like that. Like, people out here will scam you. I just, like, I'll catch you first, bitch. So yeah, be prepared for people to take advantage of your naiveness and your lack of knowing. They just didn't know. I've been going back and forth for 10 years, so I already know people like them. So my I's are dots, my T's are crossed. What else? My kids and family are home, so you might hear them. Internet, SoCal Gas, setup, transportation, parking. So that's pretty much everything. Like, I feel like if you were like, man, I want to move now, you don't really need a budget for groceries. I just named a lot of areas. Hold on. Pause. Hi. You say hi? Come on. You say hi. Leah's home. Callie is too, but she's way over there. Way over there. She's over there, mate. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All right, so next would be extracurriculars. I feel like that is it's a topic we're talking about. When you move to LA, I just feel like off bat you should just budget so that your day-to-day life is figured out, because extracurriculars are dead ass expensive. And yeah, like I just watched this girl's YouTube who was like, I moved to LA for my dream and I got depressed, and because the dance class out here on average is $50 fucking dollars. If you want to get a basketball run, a good one, you're going kind of far for that. That costs gas. Like, you have to be okay with starting off with maybe the YMCA classes, the YMCA basketball. YMCA is $60 a month. I see people that are like, I want to go to Equinox and Lifetime Fitness because I'm going to meet somebody rich there. If you operate like that in LA, you are going to be broke. You're going to be broke, poor, and upset. Broke, poor, upset, friendless, depressed. Because that's not the way that you should operate it. So back to what I was saying, if you want to do extracurriculars, make sure your bills are set up first. Make sure you're on my channel, so I'm telling you how I operate. I make sure that all my bills are set up. My kids have extracurriculars through a program that's reasonable. Okay, they're 9 and 6. I don't need to have them in anything crazy that costs me $400 each a month, $800. Like, there's so much free shit too. If you find respected, like if you go to Leimert Park after school, they have a program where you can get free dance classes. Shout out to Shania. They will literally give your kids free dance classes and food. So you can find programs out here if you look, so that you're not spending an arm and a leg. And also, LA is really good about taking care of the kids. So if you're here to try and get your kids in STEM, my kid's in STEM through her school for free. It's not anything extra. It's a program I had to apply for. She had to be chosen. It's the whole thing, but it's free. So if you're looking to like a lot of basketball players and a lot of basketball teams, they have shit out here. Like the Clippers have shit. Lakers actually don't work with the community that much. But the Clippers have a lot of shit out here, especially for basketball. Now, if you're like, man, my kid can only train with the Clippers. They can only train. Yeah, I mean, you're going to come out of pocket. My kid can only do AAU. AAU in LA, you're coming out of pocket a lot of money. So I do feel like there's levels to this shit. For my kids, you start at YMCA based off skill. We'll see your skill every fucking, season, and then we'll go from there. But I feel like in LA, people move here and they're like, I'm going to do the best of the best and stuff. And it's like, you could do that, but there's probably other places you could go to get the same training. The best of the best to you is probably just popular. You've probably just heard the name. You've probably just heard people that are within that program. But this is LA. And I need people to think about that. This is LA. You have the best of a lot of shit here because it's LA. So it's not just this big name place. You have like the best of the best in a lot of areas here. So do your research and due diligence and find the place that fits you. And you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. My friends and I talked about that. A couple of my friends moved from Sac here too. And one of us, we were just having a conversation about how in Sac you can literally get like 2 dance classes a week for like $80 a month. Here, it's just not feasible. So, we're getting together and we're going to teach our own classes because we're all very much trained to teach dance. We're all very much skilled and we're all very much good dancers. And sometimes that's what it takes. It's cheaper for us to get a studio and alternate training than it is for us to join a studio. And a lot of these studios are just astronomical in pricing and you're not getting trained. You're taking a dance class. You're not getting fully trained. So you have to do your due diligence. I think that's the same. Soccer is a really big sport here. There are soccer things everywhere. There are soccer fields that you can play soccer everywhere. There's basketball courts literally everywhere. So any sport that you do, you don't have to do the most. You really don't. I feel like people, since I'm a dancer, everybody goes to Millennial or Playhouse, but that is what you chronically see as a dancer online. Would I say they were the best places to go? No. But when you get your little shine, your little video, yeah, you just have to know why you're going there. If you're going there to be trained, there's plenty of cheaper places you can go. In addition to extracurriculars, let's see, nightlife. Nightlife is fucking expensive. What the fuck? Don't move here and think it's not expensive. Be prepared to spend that $100 a night. I don't know why anyone would move here. I mean, yeah, you can go to Grand Central Station, maybe downtown, but it's not out. But the average drink is $10 to $15. For me, though, I stay in the individual communities I was telling you about. So I find happy hours where margaritas are $3. But I'm going to the hood, or what they consider the hood. So you have to be open to exploring if you live here. Now, if you want to be in these concentrated ass areas, again, I'm going to keep referring to Beverly Hills because that's what you see on TV. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was literally in Bel-Air. So I get why people go there. It is what you see on mass media. But if that is where you're going to frequent, then yeah, you're going to spend hella fucking money. Like from where I live, if I wanted to buy like, little shooters, if I wanted to buy a shooter, I can go to my neighborhood liquor store and it's $1.50. If I go to Venice and get the same bottle, it's $4. Just so that you have perspective. So you have to know where you live. You have to know where I get my grocery stores. One day we went to Smart and Final. I spent an arm and a leg. Went back to Smart and Final close to me. It was half. So it's definitely like that in LA. It is definitely, prices are definitely made. Think of Erewhon. I got a job at Erewhon to see if the food was like as good as what they claim. I'll probably do a video of that working at Erewhon. I'm the type of person that does like research. So if I work somewhere, there's always a reason. I worked at Erewhon because when I first moved here, I'm like, is this really the world's most expensive grocery store? Is it really that good? So I went off of a fluke and applied. They messaged me the same day and had me interview the next day, and I got the job. I stayed there for a week because it was a mess. It was a mess, but it did show me like people will literally just shop there to not be around poor people, and that is how LA operates. So don't go get your groceries from Erewhon. Go to Food for Less. We have a lot of good producers, a lot of good farm like agriculture, a lot of good farmers around here, so you can get good produce like a lot of places out here. You can get seafood a lot of places because we're literally right by multiple beaches. So I definitely feel like you could do your due diligence so that LA is just not as costly. If we go out, we don't eat at restaurants like regularly. It'll be like a special occasion. And I'm okay with that because I like street food. LA actually has the best street food culture in the world. So I think Japan is up there too. I think Asia is like up there too. But there's like a Netflix documentary on it that we watched, and like so many people were from LA, but they take it seriously. They're very clean. They're very good. It's like amazing. So I feel like you have to, when it comes to your extracurriculars and hanging out here, you just have to be smart. Why would you get tacos at the expensive place if you can get it on the side of the street? But if you do want to get tacos at the expensive place, don't do it every fucking day. Do it like once a week. Oh, there's a spot I like. We saw those. That's a good taco spot. That's not a street taco spot. Or Vito's Tacos is really good. They're in Grand Central. It's about $5 for a taco, and they're like really big. I think I have it on here. Go to my Grand Central one, and you can see that's a really reasonable place to go eat. Our first couple months here, we ate at Grand Central all the fucking time because it was just reasonable. And people from LA say it's expensive, but I ain't from here, so it ain't expensive to me. So eating. Yeah. What else do you want to talk about? Eating. I pretty much touched on that. You can know how to cook, learn how to cook. I remember visiting friends like, why would you guys cook? You're in LA. And now that I'm here, yeah, bitch, cook. It's really easy to spend money on multiple meals a day. So if you can, just learn how to cook. They have classes that you can learn. They have YouTube. I've learned how to cook a plethora of things. Chickens, pastas, baked, on the stove, fried, ribeye steak. I really just try places, and then I'm like, let me see if I can do it at home. So challenge yourself. LA is a place where you're meant to challenge yourself. So if you're moving here looking for some like, I'm going to follow my dream, slow and steady, You have to build yourself up brick by brick. LA is very much that. Don't think you're going to come here and, think about it. Even famous people's kids don't even have that easy of a, even famous people, even kids that experience nepotism, they're not even up like that here, because I feel like LA is more about the work that you do and your accolades than it is who you know or who you're related to. So know that when you move here. I have met so many nepo kids who's like, this is what you're doing. And I feel like the industry sees them as that too. Like, if you're not using the nepotism to do anything, then who the fuck are you? So move to LA knowing you have to be prepared to do something. You have to be prepared to create a way for yourself. No one's going to do that. It's not going to be done quickly. You're not going to get some big lump sum of money that's going to pay for everything. Just create good budgeting and saving habits, Cook. I cook. I just went grocery shopping today. I could take you guys grocery shopping with me if you want. I just met one character from The Office yesterday at the grocery store. That was really cool. It was just at Rouse. We weren't anywhere expensive. But you experience stuff like that here. I'm from Sacramento. Kevin Johnson was our mayor. He also is the reason why we have an owner for the Sacramento Kings. So I appreciate him. We saw him in one of our tucked off spots one day and had a nice conversation with him. So that's the beauty of LA too. You do get to see people that you just wouldn't otherwise see. you would otherwise see. And that's free as fuck. So enjoy it. I think at least not that big of a place. So it'll always be enjoyable. You'll always run into something because it's just not that big of a place. So I hope that helped. If there's any other questions that you have, let me know. I know I read something where someone was like, how do you get, like, furnish your apartment? Bitch, thrift store. I have a whole playlist about thrifting. I have been thrifting since I was a kid, since like 12. I've been thrifting for forever because I've been poor since I was a kid. And I want that to be well known on my channel. I don't like to come off as anything than what I was. I did not grow up rich. So when I get rich, you will see that through this channel, the work that I've done through this channel. So it'll really just be fruits of my labor, you know. But I had to thrift when I was a kid. I think a lot of people have negative, like now they don't because it'd be like thrift flips. But I remember something that stuck with me. My fiance's brother one time was like, I would never buy my stuff from the thrift store. And I remember thinking, how ignorant, because a sofa at the thrift store is $300 and it costs like $150 to clean it. A brand new sofa is $1,000. And then it depreciates after you buy it. So I definitely feel like you should consider that. LA has some of the best furniture, house stuff I've ever seen. And it's because it's LA. It makes total sense. I have gotten furniture. Let me show you. People in LA don't like paying for garbage because you got to pay for everything. I got that TV for free from the people who gave me my my deposit. It was like a gift. My deposit and first month rent. So I'm like, a free TV is a free TV, and it's a smart TV. And then that entertainment area was just like, people in LA just leave furniture outside. Literally one day we're outside chilling and somebody goes to leave that outside and we just went and got it. Like, that's how LA is. People don't like to pay for the dumpster. If it doesn't fit in your trash, the trash people don't pick it up. So they just kind of leave it on the side of the road. And yeah, it's like free furniture shopping. I love it. You can look it up. It's all over TikTok. It's all over YouTube. Like, people literally will wait and get people's furniture. I haven't gone, like, once I do finally get a car and I feel like I decided I'm probably gonna get one next year. I'm cool right now. But once I do, I'll probably be driving to them rich areas to see what they left outside because it's just easy. Like, that's like the only thing I got. Everything else is thrifted. But I have found some of the most amazing thrift stores, which if you haven't seen that, go scroll down. I have one video of like my favorite thrift store here. But I do want to start showing more thrift stores because I do have some good finds. Sacramento, don't sleep on Sacramento. I've had good finds there too. But I have had success in LA because everything is name brand here. So I feel like naturally you just find more shit. So if you want to move here, you can literally furnish your house through a thrift store. Like I told you in my previous video, I support my locals. I support my neighbors. So I'll go down the street to one of my neighbors' stores. And a lot of these Hispanic people, their stores aren't specific. So they literally sell everything. Like, one time this lady was cooking pupusas. She was all altar. She did church. She thrift. Like, they do hella shit out of that space. It actually encourages and motivates me to like really hustle. Like, they hustle out here. Like, really get the space. I got the space now. Do whatever you can to make money. So I appreciate that kind of hustle. I think it's hella tight. I appreciate that kind of hustle. I think it's hella tight. So yeah. Thrift, support your locals, and what else? Go to school. School's easy income. You don't have to take the hardest classes. You don't even need a million classes. Take one class. They'll pay you between $500 and $1,000. I mean, over a span of 4 months, that's pennies, but it's extra money. It's like getting a quarter of taxes, 10% of taxes or whatever. So I definitely feel like be smart and strategic. I have tried to help strategize multiple people. I think I'm going to just offer it as a service because I don't think moving is that hard. I really don't. Oh, and then moving my stuff here. People ask about that. How did I move everything? If you go on Amtrak, if you get an Amtrak ticket, you can put everything in a box, send it through Amtrak. We drove some stuff. We Amtrak some stuff. Amtrak is probably the cheapest. It's only $5 a box. So if you buy a ticket, Amtrak won't send the box with you on your train. They'll send it on another train and you guys will arrive at the same time. So yeah, that's very, very cheap. You can also ship. I did ship some stuff that cost me upward of like $600. It was all my shoes. I did not want to ship my books because they weigh everything. Like, everything with shipping is by weight. So, but USPS has a program where if you want to ship books, you have to sign up for this program. They'll ship it very, very discounted. I sold down a lot of stuff. I only keep stuff that's like, I want it. But even still, when I got here, I still had stuff that I'm like, I'll sell this just to have extra cash, or I'll sell this because I just don't need it. I'm not emotionally attached to anything. I sell stuff all the time. Like, oh my God, my Facebook Marketplace is like, I collect all this Hello Kitty. I have 20 Hello Kitty notebooks on board. Or like, I went through a phase, if you go on, I have another YouTube called A Candy. And Nike used to send me shoes, but like I don't even collect shoes anymore. So now I'll bring them with me because I know they're worth something, but like no one's a sneakerhead anymore. It's a waste. I literally wear the same running shoes from Walmart now, and I have like 50 pairs of shoes, 50 plus pairs of shoes. So it's just like, whatever, you know? So I definitely, think when you're moving, like really prioritize what you really, really have to bring and understand that nobody here knows you. You could literally look like a bum. No one fucking knows you. Spend 2 months getting yourself together and nobody fucking knows you. Nobody knows you. So you could be anybody you want to be when you move here and then just build out who you want to be. Build a bitch. So yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I think I'm gonna make this the last of my series unless people start asking questions. I love answering questions. So if you have any questions, please ask. Okay? Ask. The only thing I'm not going to tell you is the name of the organization that cut me a check, because I feel like that's something that I need to do on a consultation, because that's not something that needs to be on the World Wide Web, unless it's from them specifically. I don't want to be the person to post all that stuff. So, but like if someone's like, man, I really want to move, I'm ready to move now. My problem is I run into too many people that are like, I want to move to LA, but I don't know when I want to move. And I have all these life problems, and I have a job over here and I have kids over there and I'm so miserable, and I don't care. Like, I don't really care. So I would rather just have people schedule consultations. When they're ready, you pay me and I help you, and I give you my realtor. I give you everybody that I use, and you just do things that way. And if you watch my last video, you do not have to move to LA with perfect credit. You can move to LA with a fucking 400 credit score and still find a place. So all that have to have good credit and $10,000 is a fallacy. And that is why I made this, because I did not have $10,000. I mean, I did, but then I spent it in all of this. By the time I moved in, it wasn't no $10,000 left. It was no 20. It was actually 20,000 that I saved. So I do want you guys to know that moving here is possible. I have seen a lot of high-speed chases, so that's been intense. I've seen 3. One person did get caught. Makes me want to try. Just kidding, just kidding. I'm not crazy, but I do have thoughts that are like, would I act on them? You know? So yes, what else? That's it. Bye.